I wait until the full injury report comes out. Because normally when I do it on Thursday night, I don't know to the exterity of who's playing and who's not playing. But now that I wait till Friday until the injury report comes out, I can give you guys more in-depth information. But for the love of cheese, does it take forever? What is up, Finn fans? So we're going to jump into this Mama Jam. So we got the injury report, the breakdown, PFF, 5 things, and then my prediction. Also, like I said, we got some BetUS stuff to throw in there. I got a cool little bumper that I'm going to add as well. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's pop up the injury report. We'll start with the New England Patriots here. We got a lot of questions. One is out. Their offensive lineman Calvin Anderson with an illness did not practice for 2 days. He is out. Questionable is Christian Barmore, Trent Brown, Jonathan Jones, veteran Lowe, Josh Uche, Sean Wade, Keon White, and Dietrich Wise Jr. Other than that, Gotchow, Hunter Henry, Ty Montgomery, and Cole Strange will be playing. The other ones are questionable. With a ton of injuries. They were limited a bunch, but we'll see if they actually play or not. But the ones you guys really are interested is the Miami Dolphins. You got River Craycraft shoulder injury. He was on IR. He practiced it on a limited basis for the past 3 days. You have Javon Holland. He did not practice and then limited on the next 2 days. I'll give you an update on Javon Holland. Xavier Howard was limited all 3 days. Alec Ingold and Raheem Mostert didn't practice on Wednesday, and then they were limited the 2 days after. I have update on Raheem Mostert. Nick Needham, full limitation. Probably will see him go. Jalen Ramsey, limited, questionable. I have a quote from him. Cam Smith with a foot injury. Apparently he hurt it at practice last week. He is questionable, probably won't go. And then Connor Williams, limited, and I have updates on that. Braxton Berrios did not practice, but it was a personal reason. Tyreek Hill, Kader Kohu, Jalen Waddle, and David Long Jr. are good to go and play, which can make us all go a big old sigh of relief. So let me give you some updates on all that stuff. This is from Jalen Ramsey himself. He says, full transparency, there's a chance that I can play this Sunday, but that decision genuinely isn't made yet. So that is news to me, just like it's news to y'all. I have to go through a whole process to feel great enough to play. I won't play if I feel any less than great. And I 100% agree. As important as this game is, it's not as important to push him to unfortunately hurt him more. I know it's a meniscus. It's not an ACL, MCL, PCL. I understand that. But don't push it if you don't have to. And like Jalen says, if he doesn't feel great, he's not going to. Boo. And then we also hear that Connor Williams will be active, but I'm not sure if he's going to start, what Coach McDaniel said. And my response to that was, huh? Connor Williams will be active, but I'm not sure he is going to start. So if he looks good and, there's no setback and his groin feels fine, he'll probably start. If not, he'll be active. But Liam Eichenberg might go out there, and then if Liam Eichenberg starts sucking eggs, they might take Connor Williams and put him out there as an emergency. But my response still was, huh? That Mike McDaniel said on Tyreek Hill, I would expect him to play for sure. Obviously, you saw the injury report. He is good to go. Javon Holland not ruled out at this time, Mike McDaniel said, but in protocol. Coach said he was happy with how Raheem looked yesterday. He said he's very good at getting himself ready to go game time. Raheem himself said, essentially, I'm good to go. Raheem Mostert probably, most likely, will play. Javon Holland was out of the red non-contact jersey today on the practice field, so seemingly in late stage of the protocol. If he doesn't play Sunday, Dolphins have former Texas teammate Brandon Jones and Deshaun Elliott as starting safeties and Elijah Campbell and Nick Needham as good depth. So he's out of the red contact jersey, which necessarily means he's at the end stage, so we have until tonight, tomorrow to see if he will play. And Raheem Mostert said ankle is fine. He'll play Sunday. He missed practice Wednesday, back the last 2 days. So again, nothing to really worry about when it comes to that. So we'll most likely see those guys. So now let's jump into the little cool breakdown I have that BetUS helps me with. But first and foremost, I got to shout out BetUS with this cool bumper.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right, get a 125% sign-up bonus. And to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we are giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
BetUS, thank you so much. And again, they send us some really cool stuff like this, showing that the Miami Dolphins are 9.5-point favorites, giving the Patriots 9.5. I think it might be closer than that, or I think I might not. I have my score prediction at the end. The over-under 47. I have us going under. I'm looking at my score prediction right now. I have us going under 47. No, I have us going under 47 there. And then also we have this cool props that they have. TD touchdowns over 3.5, field goals over 1.5, and race to 20 points, all subject to change. Really cool stuff. Comment below. Let me know what props you think we go over or under on. Really cool. And again, click on the link in the description. You get 125% of $100 deposit matched. Again, BetUS, thank you so much for sponsoring this video and sending us really cool graphics. So now let's get into the breakdown. So the way I do this, let me see. So over here is the defense, right? This is the Patriots defensive side, right? I take that and then I match it with the offensive side on this side. See my pen? So you got the offense and then I match it against the defense, and then I flip it and I take the offense and I match it up against our defense here. See? So looking at this now, we have total offense. Miami Dolphins are obviously number one, 462.3. They're number one in total offense, passing offense, rushing offense, and scoring offense. Sacks allowed, third, only allowing 10 sacks, which is pretty good. Third down offense, 42.9, which is 11th. That got much better. We are facing a Patriot defense that is 9th in total defense. Passing defense is 12th. Rushing defense is 13th. Scoring defense is 24th. So they do have a good, decent defense that we will be going up against. With sacks, they are 24th, only getting 13 sacks. Third down defense is 14th, allowing 37.9 of opposing offense getting first downs. Takeaways, they are 27th, 5 takeaways, and giveaways. They are 27th, allowing 12 turnovers. I probably should have waited for their offense on that one. So again, not very good at getting sacks, and we are very good at not allowing sacks, so we got to let that continue, and I will talk about that in the 5 things. And then flip it. Their offense isn't too great. 25th in total offense, 21st in passing offense, 27th in rushing offense. Scoring offense, they are 31st. Sacks allowed, they are 10th. They have allowed 15 sacks. Third down offense, they are 23rd, only getting a first down on 36.1%. The Dolphins' total defense is 21st, got better. Passing defense is 20th. Their rushing defense is 19th. That has gotten better. Their scoring defense still isn't good, allowing 26.7 points, which is 27th. Third in the NFL, tied for third in the NFL with sacks. Thank you, Vic Fangio. Third down defense, it got better. 18th in the NFL, 40% of the time. Takeaways, 22nd, tied with 7th. I'd like to see that come up. And tied for 17th, mid when it comes to giveaways. They don't give the ball away a lot. Tua needs to kind of work on that. So those are the breakdowns. Now we are going to look at the PFF aspect of it. Wow. This is the Miami Dolphin offense versus their defense. Again, you see if Liam Meikenberg has to go, puke in my mouth. Lester Cotton, oh, please help us. I hope Robert Jones is our left guard and Connor Williams goes. I feel like that would help more. Their defensive front isn't too great. Same thing with their secondary, us getting Hill and Waddle. And, even Craycraft, if he can play, would be a big help there. Durham Smythe is doing all right. And again, quarterback, running back combination 4-2-1-9. Pretty good offense. They got a good linebacker here. And again, this is just an assumption that some of their guys won't play. But when I look at it, it's, this makes me nervous. This interior of our offensive line. We like to run it up the middle, but obviously we have that zone run where we like to run it outside. If you saw the Eagles breakdown, when I recapped it, we got a lot of yards on the outside, not much in the middle because Liam Eichenberg isn't that good of a blocker. And they got Peppers, their good safety, and Duggar over here. Then when we flip it, you see that their offensive line is doing better. You got Brown here, second best tackle. Outside of that, their offensive line isn't too great. Mac Jones isn't too great there. Gesicki's, respectable. You got Bourne, Parker, and hey, Douglas, that's my name. Not doing bad there. If Jalen Ramsey comes back and we can kick Eli Apple just right off the screen and we have Ramsey, Howard, and Kohu, I have no qualms because you see Bradley Chubb's actually doing really well after the Chargers game, getting a ton of pressure and stuff. Phillips is starting to get more snap counts, getting more pressure. You have AVG as well. I like the way David Long played last week, and then you have Holland and Elliott. Hopefully Holland can play. I'm liking the way the defense is starting to come into its all. Again, I have points of that on the 5 things, but I am liking the way our defense can play, especially against their offense, especially at home. So that is the PFF aspect of it. Now, the 5 things the Dolphins need to do if they want to beat this New England Patriot team at home. Again, no specific order from most important to least important. It was just me doing research for this and just jotting down notes. That's what I scat when I jot down notes. So, number 1 on this list is Sack Jones. The Miami Dolphins are tied for 3rd in the NFL with sacks. They are also tied for 3rd in the NFL with team pressures with 154. They are 7th in the NFL with pressure percentage. They are 18th in the NFL with blitzing with 24.5%. They don't blitz a lot, but they get a lot of pressure and they get a lot of sacks, and they sacked Jalen Hurts 3 times last week. Could have been more if he wasn't so mobile. Who's not as mobile? Mac Jones. Get after him, sack him, make him uncomfortable, make him start to feel the pressure and rush his passes. That's when interceptions happen. That's when bad plays happen. That's when fumbles happen. When the pressure gets there quickly. Now, again, on the flip side, and I'll get to that when I get into my prediction, the corners also help in that situation, not allowing the underneaths and the quick passes to develop. When the quarterback has to wait an extra second, that's when sacks develop. It's a big yin and yang, like I've said forever, with the defensive line and the secondary. But the Miami Dolphins, as the season's going on, defensively are getting better. Who told you that? I did. A lot of people did. Who told you guys to breathe? People wanted to fire Vic Fangio. It takes time. As the season goes on, they will get better, and the defense will get better in time for us to down that stretch for the playoffs. So important, but obviously you got to sack Jones, make him a one-dimensional offense, get after him. Speaking of one-dimensional offense, we can't be one, so you got to run the ball. That's number 2 on there. The Miami Dolphins this season are 4-1 when we have a 100-yard rusher. Now, obviously, we're not going to have Achane. We'll have him for the Raiders game, but Jeff Wilson, they wanted to give him more snaps, more carries last week. So, but obviously what happened and the way the offense was working and the way their defensive front was, things kind of changed. So expect a very good 1-2 combination of Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. like we had last year, going up against a decent mid rush defense with the New England Patriots. But again, I showed you I think it was like the first or second snap on offense against the Eagles, how those linebackers bit hard. They respect the run. You're allowed to throw it over the top. They give you over the top because they bite so hard on the run. Got to get the run game going and got to stick with it. Number 3 on my list, Kaplow. We need the best of the offensive line. I think I said this last week, and we got the best of it to an extent. But we need the best of it. Now, the New England Patriots are 27th in the NFL, getting 13 sacks, but they are second in the NFL when it comes to blitzing. They blitz 42% of the time. But this is what happens when you blitz Tua Tagovailoa. 49 for 71, 545 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 119.7 when you blitz Tua Tagovailoa. Why is that? Is because you are taking defenders out of the backfield and allowing more guys to get open. Also, he is very quick with his decision making. That's because he throws to his first read, Doug. I just wish some people would just learn football. But anyway, if the first read's open, why wouldn't he throw it to him? Oh, my first read's open, but people say I only throw to my first read, so I'm not going to throw to him. Let me see what's going on my second read. It's just. But he's very good at the blitz, obviously, statistically, factually, very good at the blitz. And again, the New England Patriots are second in the NFL, blitzing 42% of the time. Are they going to blitz that much? Will they change it up? Probably. You know, Bill Belichick's not a big dumb, so we need the best out of the offensive line, especially if Liam Eichenberg is starting at center. If he's not, I'll feel better. If he is, I'm going to be just, ugh. No. The number 4 thing on my list, clean up the mistakes. 7 missed tackles in the NFL. 7th in the NFL, 7 missed. I wish it was 7. 7th in the NFL missed tackles with 51. We had the hold from Lester Cotton that took 7 points off the board. We ended up kicking a field goal. That's 4 points. And then we had the Hill drop, which took 7. That's 11 points. We lost by 14. World of a difference when you go up, when you take a lead in certain games. And at that point, we would have taken a lead in the game. So need to clean up the mistakes, especially the holds. You know, regardless if you think the refs screwed us or not, you still got to clean up the mistakes. Don't give them a chance on that. And obviously Tyreek Hill, which is a rare commodity for him to drop the ball. I think he has like 4 drops on the season. It was rare, and he even knew it, and he said he will do better. But just got to clean up the mistakes, especially against Bill Belichick. And then the 5th and final thing is the defensive rise. Keep up the defensive rise. The defense has been playing better, and they played really well against a really good offense. Now, obviously, they put 31 on you, so it does make a difference. But for a good portion of that game, while the offense was struggling to stay on the field, that Dolphin defense was causing turnovers, got a pick 6, was causing sacks, causing pressure. Very, very well up front. And again, like I said, if they weren't facing such a mobile quarterback in Jalen Hurts, I think they would have just destroyed the Eagles offense by the amount of time they got after that quarterback. So this week, keep it up. Keep up that defensive rise. Keep up the pressure, and just make Mac Jones' day a living hell. So those are the 5 things I have that the Miami Dolphins need to do to beat this Patriot team. Now, we all know the statistic, and I'm not going to say it because I'm not superstitious. I'm extremely stitious. But can Tua keep that record going? Now, obviously, Tyreek's playing, but like I talked about in yesterday's video, there's a small portion of the fan base that kind of didn't want to see Tyreek play, to see, can Tua do it without Tyreek? I don't understand people. Miami Dolphins are 9-2 at home with Mike McDaniel, which is fantastic. This is a quote from Fangio when it comes to Ramsey. He says his return will change what is allowed for him to call schematically. Like I said to you guys before, defensively, if Ramsey goes, if X goes, even if Needham goes, all of a sudden that secondary is different. That secondary is a little bit better. We're not relying on Eli Apple, who struggles. Obviously, a corner is going to struggle here and there every once in a while. They're not going to be perfect all the time. But when you have a defense where you can rely on the corners, then you can call different things. You can call different blitzes. You can call different formations. You can leave them out on islands. We couldn't leave Eli Apple out on an island. That's why Javon was always over the top. That's why Elliott was always over the top, because we couldn't rely on them. So the Miami Dolphins need to do what they need to do, and they need to take care of business. And they're wearing the white throwbacks. Gotta win wearing the white throwbacks. I have the Miami Dolphins winning 28-14. I think that their offense is going to get off to a hot start. They play different at home. There's a home environment, and they'll be able to control it. Now, do I think that they're going to shut the Patriots out? No. I think the Patriots are a good team, and it's a divisional game. So you saw what they did to the Bills in a divisional game, while you saw what happened with the Cowboys, and you saw what happened with the Saints, non-divisional games. So I do think the Dolphins win. I do think it'll be more than 10. So if you're going for the spread, I'd take Miami. But I don't think it'll be the 47. That's what? 30, 42? Be close, in my opinion. But comment below. Let me know what you think, Patriot fans. What do you think you guys need to do to beat the Dolphins? Comment below. I will see you guys Monday at 1 o'clock. Dolphins hosting the New England Patriots. Let's get this W. Let's take it one game at a time, and let's stay healthy. But like usual, stay classy. Defense out.